Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On play action, Cousins. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. The 30, and he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Flush to his right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 10. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. To throw, Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyler Conklin from 10 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Rodgers on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. At their own 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play there on the catch and run.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
From the gun, here's Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Six 0 our score after one.
We got four. We got four.
Second and 8 coming up. Now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, 30 yards. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins escaping the pressure right. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys will coach, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense has this drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big play.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, CD, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second and 10, Cousins eluding the pressure right.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first and 10, Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Play action now. Cousins. Rolling to his right.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
40 yards. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game.
Vikings 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return, Chandon Sullivan. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sheldon Richardson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now it's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half.
Following the interception, Cousins flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 23-yard line.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now in time, a hurry. We'll see. The big play.
Just like that. Hey, check back 45. Check back 45. Hey, 45 for Mike. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Yeah, 300. Yeah, 300. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
On play action, Rodgers. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gaudin.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Rodgers on the return.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking deep for Adams, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 54 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body, because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And the tackle there by Chris Barnes.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
First down. Here's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and the lead is up to 15 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly. But they keep Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Throwing on second and long. Cousins flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his second sack in the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we saw him with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. They'll take possession already in the red zone. And a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Crosby is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So that
Buffalo certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right.
That's complete to his running back, Jefferson.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for Minnesota. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Cousins.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd down, Cousins again, escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. They've got his man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
A lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins buying time to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Cousins to throw it. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, Cousins. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Someone's limited to what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line. But this is just going to make things worse.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And it's fielded at the 34.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So it's all